que aconteceu na Twitch?
Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Where's he going? Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Cara, o que é pra fazer então? Nossa.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Eita.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good.
Olha, você tá conseguindo me ver, mas eu não sei o que aconteceu na Twitch. É o único lugar que tá bugado o negócio. Na Nimo tá funcionando, no YouTube também. E na Twitch bugou.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence.
Eu não sei o que aconteceu na Twitch. Eu tentei refazer a configuração na Twitch e mesmo assim ele não vai. Até pra mim, tipo, se eu tentar abrir aqui a Twitch, ele fica só na tela de logo mesmo e não vai. Parece que tá offline. Não sei o que aconteceu. E tipo, nos outros lugares tá funcionando de boa. Tô fazendo aqui na Nimo também. tá indo normal. No YouTube tá normal também. É só aí que tá bugado. Eu não sei. A Twitch tá me dando azar nos últimos dias. Eu acho que das últimas 15 vezes que eu tô tentando fazer live, o
It was
negócio tá
time to turn
bugando.
the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter.
E o jogo que eu tô jogando é tão
All right,
legal.
Jesus, we get it.
Essa
They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not
eu acho que eu tenho que
expecting.
fazer isso.
No, sir.
Eu não. Essa é a primeira vez que tá bugado esse negócio. Nunca ficou assim igual
My
tá
fury
hoje.
knew no bounds.
Eita, tô morrendo. É o Calvo Ares Gunslinger. É bem legal, é tipo um faroeste. É um jogo meio velhinho, mas ele é tão divertido de jogar, que tem uma mecânica bem divertida. E ele é meio cartoonizado, é bem legal.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs. Clanton!
Se você quiser dar uma olhada ali pela Animo,
A little
tá
stealth
rodando
might have made more
liso ali.
sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough
fazer
bullets to
agora?
last him till Kingdom
Na
Come.
Animo, no
But I
Discord,
knew I
sempre
could
que eu
not
começo
let
uma
that
live na
deter
Animo,
me.
mostra lá, o bot joga o link pra assistir.
Not if I was to find and kill Ringo.
O link deve estar lá no Discord, na sala geral.
I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Suck.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me.
What a piece of crap! Wait, goddamn boat! What I ever do to you? Would you just die? I don't know how you lived this long.
Eita porra.
Gonna be loud! You yellow belly I don't know how you lived this long. You murdering bastard! yourself! Wait, goddamn bullet! What a piece of crap! You one stupid zombie!
Caralho. Ai, ai. Aqui?
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Don't let that son of a bitch get away with that! What I ever do to you? You one stupid zombie! Wait, goddamn bullet! I don't know how you lived this long. Damn contraption jammed to death.
Ah, que difícil.
Gonna blow you into next week, boy.
Vou morrer aqui, caralho.
Try me instead, you coward. What I ever do to you? Wait, goddamn bullet. Show yourself! Stab him at the bird neck! I don't know how you live this long. Oh, gotta reload. You one. Stop your hiding from me! Will you get that? Wait, goddamn bullet! Why are you so afraid to face me, huh? What I ever do to
É
you?
agora. Vai, desgraçado. Você vai
Damn, I gotta re-
morrer. Uau.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Nossa, eu tinha que pegar uma pepita lá, se o cara tá me atirando, como é que eu vou fazer isso? Eu vi lá brilhando lá na frente, uma porra. E agora?
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
Johnny Ringo.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Herb's
Foi que
coming!
ele merecia.
Get ready, boys.
Não sei, mas merecia.
But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Caralho.
God damn you!
O cara escuta de uma arvorezinha de nada. Vai tentar me matar.
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Eu. Tinha mais um. Cadê você? Errou. Opa.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Não, Virgil. Nossa, cara de novo.
Stupid son of a
Só isso. Porra. Ele correr. Oi, pega a bala.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride,
Mais um. Cadê
hunting those
você?
outlaws down.
E o cara que tá me tirando?
So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Dez balas só. Nossa. Ai, faroeste, meu. Meu ovo. Munição. Mais munição, mais munição. Munição. Boa munição. Vá pra lá. E se eu derrubar isso aqui? Não dá pra derrubar. Ainda. Olha.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas.
Enemy.
That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself.
Vai.
But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk
Cara,
away
eu queria muito
unscathed.
entender inglês pra não tentar
That's
ficar
what
lendo
drove me
inglês. Que eu quero muito saber esse Troy.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
O que é esse outro rifle aqui? Não.
Herb wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
Será que esse aqui é bom?
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back.
De novo, cara.
That was common knowledge.
Todo mundo quer me matar.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it.
Não.
He was just being loyal to a friend.
Aqui é bem melhor.
Is that what you call it? Being
Essa
loyal.
parte, mas não é boa a distância.
Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Quem que vai tentar me matar? Uma coisa aqui. Ô, caralho, cadê? Sem ó. Pegar por trás assim, ó. Ai, Twitch. Vamos ver se não voltou. Vai que voltou do nada na Twitch, né? Não, que pena. Ah, não sei o que aconteceu. Deu outro.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
De novo.
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Yellow belly de boat. Nossa, munição pra caramba.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
E agora? Não. Não quer me matar. Não quer me ajudar.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Ai, quase. Arma lendária do coice do diabo.
Kill him already! You can't...
Morre, diabo. Eles não morrem. Será que eu tenho que descer lá pra poder matar eles? Não é possível. Todas as armas tirando. Eu tava num lugar totalmente privilegiado.
Just kill Red? Can't believe you keep missing!
Você tá me vendo?
I can kill you with either hand!
Parece que eu não posso matar ele lá porque a parede é
You
indestrutível.
better...
É indestrutível. Era, não é mais. Ah, mano. Ei, caralho. Dá
Ain't bothered me none!
escuteiro.
How's it coming? Boy, you are shit out of luck. Look out!
Olha só como morre.
There he is!
Tá ali.
Death is too good for a
Será que eu acerto por aqui?
What are you gonna do?
Parece que
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill.
vamos ver.
Quite an impressive
Eu tenho que
operation.
ir pra lá. Ah, sai cá. Porra. Segura o som.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Isso mesmo. Tá, e agora? Pra cá. Ah, não. Pra cá. Aqui que construiu essa porra aí.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Toma uma dose antes de tomar chumbo. Derrote Curly
Are
Bill.
you saying they ran?
Diminuindo.
Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir.
Cara.
I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Oh, time to dance with the devil.
Nossa, o cara ainda instintivo.
Did you
Sou
see
eu. Cadê esse desgraçado?
Did that sumbitch Earp send you to kill me? Oh, wanna play hide and seek?
Cadê? Ah, foi.
You're going to the gates of hell.
Que eu acertei?
Come on out,
Eu.
son. Mano, amigo.
Quem foi agora?
Make him pay for that.
Mike Tyson?
Help me out
Mais
here.
um tiro, mais um tiro. Cadê? Pode estar aqui.
Come on.
Boa, pô.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
Esse Ringo.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Johnny Ringo. Já ouvi muito falar desse cara até agora. Opa! Duelo.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Ô, desgraçado. Tá, agora vai, agora vai. Deixa eu ver se eu ver o negócio aqui. Tudo certo? Bora.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Eita porra, onde eu parar, né? Acho que eu já vou. Nossa, quase, ainda
Sorry
bem
I
que
had
ele
to
errou.
ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Nenhuma pepita. Tá cada vez mais difícil.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Ei, Tivichanga, já me falaram que a tela tá preta, cara. É alguma coisa de errada na Twitch.
It wasn't
Na
he the
mínimo
sheriff
no
who
YouTube tá
augmented his
indo
income by
liso.
shaking down miners and robbing gold
Se
shipments?
você
That's
quiser
the one.
entrar lá no Discord e
Oh,
abrir o
yeah,
link da
I
Nemo,
remember
entrar
him.
lá
He ran that
e
gang
mandar um
of
oi pelo
thieving
chat, você vai
outlaws
ver esse
called
jogo, é
the
legal.
Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did. I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of
Ouço
gunpowder.
uma
Why
voz.
would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us.
Melhor
As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Besides, George is up there.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
Morreu também. Acho que já tinha esses. E agora, você quer pra eu ir pra cá? Segredo. Deixa eu dar uma olhada como é que tá o... Parece que tá tudo normal. Enfim. Só a Twitch que bugou. Infelizmente. Ah, tomara que eu consiga resolver o que isso funciona amanhã. Ué, será que não era por aqui? Qual que é a entrada da mina?
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Sei não, sei não.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48.
Colecionadores geralmente encontram
Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Eu sou muito de girar, eu atiro dinamite, eu desvio de balas. Isso aqui explode, explode.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments.
Tinha suspeito.
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Não,
Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons.
Coice do diabo, que legal.
Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Dangerous, desperate individuals. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish.
Mais o nível de habilidade. Sim.
Seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
O legal é que
It was the
o cara vai
quickest way in,
contando uma
but that also
história
made it more dangerous,
de como aconteceu pra alguém.
as there
Não
would
sei quem é, mas
undoubtedly be
alguém.
enemy pickets posted along the way.
Curioso pra saber o que é. Não é, opa. Nossa, eu nem sabia que dá pra tirar de lá. E eu segurando. Meu Deus do céu. Não precisava de tudo essas balas. Lá
Besides,
pra lá.
once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Por que concentração? Tá suave aqui. Ainda tá suave.
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Nossa.
Beefing me.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked.
E acho que não foi sorte do cara. Pra minha sorte, eu morri, na verdade. Tá, porra, tô muito bom de reflexo.
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Tem alguma coisa aqui que presta. Olha só.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Imagina que.
All
Eu
it takes
sabia
is
que
one
não podia
tiny
tirar
spark,
aqui.
and boom.
There he is. You must be about out of bullets.
Cara. Não inventa
Come on
nada.
out, you yellow bastard.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Como é que eu fiz isso? Acho que não era eu.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Ah, caralho! Que da hora. Eu acho que.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder
Era pra eu morrer agora.
way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder.
Pelo jeito.
I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Que elevador? Pra cá. Aqui eu vim, eu acho. Ah, tem que ficar pra cá. Vamos melhor elevador, né? Invadiu.
I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Acho que eu vou diminuir um pouquinho o tamanho do chat. Tá cobrindo um pouco a tela, assim vai ficar melhor. Tem alguém assistindo?
What in tarnation?
E agora?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserve better.
Ai,
Nevada City. But I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
tem hora que eu posso pular, tem hora que eu não posso. Homem da lei. Fora da lei. Vigarista. Henry Plummer. Plummer.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! Ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
You ain't taking me! I need some help here! Come on,
Não é um bom
boys!
sinal.
Take this cocksucker out! Brother, I'm gonna make you pay!
E agora, hein?
Catch this, you son of a bitch! No blood money for you today!
Nossa senhora!
How you like that?
Vigarista desgraçado.
Get out here! I'm going all medieval on your ass!
Ai. Deixa eu observar. Vou morrer de novo lá porque eu não tô na tela. Funcionou. Então acho que eu só estou sozinho mesmo. É.
I can shoot too! Show off! A lot of good men! You ain't taking me!
Ai.
Bastard! Lucky shot! You kill him, or I kill you!
so cold!
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. Now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas. I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Nossa senhora.
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
There he is! Goddamn him! Can't get a good shot at him.
Por que eu não tô mais com a coisa do diabo?
Shoot him! Shoot him! You ain't shit!
Outro. Boa.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Harden.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was cold and a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres. To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Harden was waiting for me, and... Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Harden was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Harden was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Harden wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Harden's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Boys know we got another law dog. You better hide.
No resto. Tem mais um. Acho que tá.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Era aqui. Nossa, que delícia.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers.
Lexus.
Most of these degenerates were
Olha,
beyond
olha,
redemption,
opa.
but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
How do you like the fire?
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
You can't hide from me!
Nossa, sim.
I'm putting you down!
Tiro perfurante.
Met your match!
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived. As a moment later, I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
The fastest gun in the West. Começou a matar os caras.
felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
O cara tá confiante, tá tirando nele. Morri. Ué,
No, wait!
que viagem
You
foi
didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Acertou sim, acabei de...
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Não sei.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, do you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Episódio 5 já?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation. A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Distante das montanhas.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people.
Bom, já que tá tudo meio bugado, e eu não sei o que aconteceu, principalmente na Twitch. Acho que eu... Deixa eu ver... Twitch sem funcionar. Bom, enfim, amanhã eu tô de novo. Espero que o até lá já tenha resolvido esse problema. Agradeço quem assistiu, quem deu um toque aí, quem mandou uma mensagem. E fico muito agradecido. Beleza, pessoal? Falou, até mais.